Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tony and I just wanted to pop in here today. I have been running errands all day long since like 7:30 this morning. It is now 2:41 in the afternoon, so I just thought I would pop in here and fix my shirt and, you know, show you my new hairdo. I did decide to chop it off. I know guys know that I'm going through the gray transition, and I decided to just, and I can go this way. She told me I had $1 million piece in the front. I felt rich for just 1 second. Split. As soon as I looked away, I was not rich anymore. So anyway, I'm so glad you're joining me today. I have some great news to share with you. So stick around. I've gone 21 hours and I am full of energy right now, as you can tell. Super energized, and I wanted to share you my test results that I got back, and I am so pleasantly surprised. I didn't have any idea. I was just kind of going in a shot in the dark with this one. What I did was I did my blood test in November of 21, and I was not happy. If you watched my videos from before, I was not happy whatsoever. My A1C was up. My cholesterol was through the roof. There were some other things that were through the roof as well. Yeah, so I'm going to share with you what I've done this 7-8 months or whatever it is. 7-8 months, I think it's 8 months. And what I have done to get these numbers to where they are today. I hope you join me. Okay, today I decided to treat myself. And it's not a matter of I'm sweating. That's why. I'm like running around grocery shopping and stuff like that. So I will have a grocery haul this weekend for you guys, because I'm going to do a little bit more groceries today. It was just kind of a necessity thing. So I went by and got me a little mini, what they call a Little John. And it has, it's called the Vito, the number 5, without their sauce, whatever they put on there. So it is bread. There is carbs in there. So I just decided to treat myself a little bit with the bread. It's so good. But I also have this cranberry almond. I'm going to have a little cup of that. And this is the stuff you get at Aldi's. And that's it. So that's my first meal. I'm going to ease into it with some bone broth. So I've been fasting for about 21 hours. I have my app that I keep track. I think it's just called a fasting app. It's got the little red spoon on it. If you want to download it, it's free. They had to have a section, of course, like any other app, where it costs you something. But I use the free part of it where I just set it. So here's what I do. Is I do a 20-hour fast, and then I have a 4-hour window that I eat my meal. Now, take in mind, I have been watching what I've been eating, but I also have been eating stuff like this, you know, a little mini John or whatever, Little John they call it, with some bread, or I have some 45-calorie Sara Lee in there that I use for like just a sandwich or something. Like every once in a while, I'll throw some carbs in there because I don't get many carbs a day. So like within my 4-hour window, I'm not eating a lot of carbs whatsoever. So just to give my body kind of switch it up, I will switch it up with something like this. Something I enjoy. You can't go through this whole journey without being happy with what you're doing. Stressing out is going to hold that weight in. I'm just telling you right now from perfect experience. So let's get to my weigh results. Now it's Tuesday. This is the only time I can do my videos on Tuesday because I've been working some very odd hours. So I just want to let you know that some of these videos throughout the week will not be scheduled. So just kind of a surprise for you guys. So I hope you like it that way. I've got to do it that way for my sanity. Anyway, so let's get to the test results. I'm so excited. All right, so let's get into the weigh-in results. Now, I lost 3.7 this week. I don't believe I had a video last week. So I've been kind of going like every other week, just weighing every once in a while. I'm not focused in on that number at all. what I'm focused on, God, is how I feel. And I feel fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. I've got my new haircut. I've got my intermittent fasting that I'm doing that actually has given me so much energy. As you can tell, it's probably driving some people crazy on here, but you know what? It's my journey. Yes, it is. Okay. All right. So I'm going to tell you the number that it was back in November. So that will be my first number that I tell you. So if that makes sense. All right. I'm just so excited. Okay. 6/9 of 22 is when I took my second part of this, the blood test. Okay. Total cholesterol. I started out super high. I started out in November. Now take in mind, this is only 7-8 months. Do the math. I'm not doing it. Back in November 21, my total cholesterol was 280. I know some people are going to freak out on that. They're going to go, oh my God, Tony, that's so high. Back in, I think it was January or February, March, April, May, June. 4 months ago, I started on Repatha, which is another form of cholesterol medicine to bring down your LDL. We'll get to my LDL in here in a second, and I will let you know that my doctor was kind of freaking out on how high my LDL was. Now, also take in mind, before these tests in November, I was trying to lose weight. I was trying my hardest with different diets, different type of foods. I was all over the place because I was trying to figure out what is going to work for me. Didn't know what that was. And as you guys watched my videos from before, you know that I was struggling pretty bad. I was struggling like no other. More than I have ever struggled with just trying to lose weight before. And I don't know what it was a mental thing. It was my food. It was frustration. It just all kinds of things that were down all at the same time. Like when it rains, it pours. That's exactly what happened. I couldn't dial it in. Nothing was working. I was at a standstill. Like I said, I'm not focused in on that number whatsoever. So after November, I started that Repatha in January. Like I said, it was either January or February is when I started it. No side effects on that medicine, by the way. None whatsoever. My total cholesterol is 151. I know. Unbelievable. I mean, my cholesterol has never been that low. And I know there is some medication that's involved helping that. But I truly believe that with what I have been doing with my intermittent fasting and what I have been eating, not today, but what I have been eating, my salads, my salmon, my low carb, all of that, no sugar. Now, take in mind, this bread right here, I don't know how much it has, but I know it does. Because you know why? And I may not even eat it. It's just a kind of a mind thing. Go get it and you're like, oh, make a decision if you're going to eat it or not, Tony. But I may not even eat it because my sugar goes straight to the roof. They put a lot of sugar in their bread. I'm not sure why, for taste, because it tastes great. And I'm sitting here going, okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to eat this? And versus what if I don't eat it? How will I feel when I get done eating it? Probably not too good. My sugar will be up. My insulin resistance, my insulin, it will jack that up. And then this, of course, won't do as much. I might just have a bowl of this. So we might not eat, we may just throw this away. And it's all a mind game. I don't even know why I stopped to get this at all. I mean, I was in the drive-thru. I was looking at my phone. I was like, you know, I'm just going to go by and get a little Vito. That's what I'll call them, a little Vito. And this is what I used to eat prior and I used to eat 3 of these. Yeah, 3 of them. And feel terrible afterwards, but feel good while I was doing it. It's just such a mind game. Okay, let's get back to the test results. I always get off on this tangent on here. Okay, so regarding my LDL, and I know there's some people out there that are really big on tests, and I'm one. I like to know the science behind all of it, and the science behind all of this. I talked to my doctor. I've already been there last week, and he was so happy. Oh my God, he goes, see you in a year versus see you in 3 months. Yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, see you in a year. Okay, I don't have a heart problem other than the cholesterol and the LDL. So the normal range for cholesterol, total cholesterol, is 0 to 199. Okay, so now I'm going to get into the LDL. Your normal range with LDL for my age and all that is 0 to 99. Now, you guys can look these up. Cholesterol, LDL, borderline, 200 to 239 is borderline, like borderline high risk. So mine was 206 LDL. Woo! That's high. Yeah, 206. Guess what it is now? 79. Yes, 79. I am so happy about this. All right, so, and then your HDL. Normal range for HDL is below 40. Mine was 49. Mine was 49. So it was okay. It could have been better. Now it's 52. Loving that. He said that range, that LDL, HDL, and then your total cholesterol is what that is. And I'm sure you guys know this already. But I wanted to share my numbers and what I've been doing and how it's been working. So, and that's not only, now the other test results I'm going to share with you has nothing to do with that Repatha. Now, other than the triglycerides, normal range is 0 to 150. My triglycerides were 125, and now they're 100. So those went down to normal range. Actually, my triglycerides were okay. Now they're really okay. So that helped. I think I'm pretty sure that Repatha is helping all of that. Okay, let's get to the better news. Well, that was great news, but let's get to the other news as well. All right, so my hemoglobin, my A1C, can't speak. My A1C was 6.3 back in November, and that was alarming to me, very much so. And that's what started this whole part of this journey. My journey has made up, down, up, middle, it's all over the place, but that's part of your journey, and that's what you're supposed to do. Maybe not as much as I have, but I mean, it's your journey. You know what I mean. So my A1C was 6.3 back in November. It is 5.9 within range. Just bringing it down from 6.3 to 5.9 is spectacular. And I know from me not putting a lot of sugar in anything. Actually, I track my sugar I track my sugar. How much sugar is it have, and additional sugars as well. I track my carbs, and I don't even look at fat content, like high fructose and, stuff like that. I don't eat anything that has that in there, and I'm sure a lot of people don't anymore because they've taken it out. But if you've noticed that some of your foods has it in there in a different word. So sugar, anything that has sugar, anything that has sugar in it usually has a different name to kind of I'm not saying mislead people, but it does mislead people, because I would look at the ingredients and I'm like, oh, it doesn't say in the ingredients sugar, the word sugar. There's a lot of different words so you gotta watch your labels, and you have to watch the additional sugars. If there's additional sugars in there, other over and above what is saying sugars, ask yourself, okay, what is in this thing that's giving it that additional sugars in it? And usually it's a name, a long, big old name. I've went to the point of where I have looked up certain ingredients to where I had to understand what the heck was in there, because it would spike my sugar. And I'm like, okay, it says 0 sugars in here, but my sugar levels are going up and I want to know why. So I would just Google this word, and then it would come up, oh, this is another form of sugar. So watch out for those sugars. Just watch out for the words that, if they don't make sense, look them up. I'm not saying get crazy, but get a little bit crazy with it in the beginning, because you want to know what you're eating, because they're hiding them. They're hiding things in there like you would not believe. I'm telling you right now. All right, so that was my hemoglobin A1C. My vitamin D, I did bring that up. It was normal range is 30 to 80. I was low on my vitamin D, so my doctor recommended me take vitamin D. So I was taking that every single day. It was 38. Now it's 43.4. That's the most important things, because everything else was in range. My doctor called me and he said, he left a message and he said, I just want to let you know we're calling about your test results. They're all in normal range. And I was like, and I got the message later and I said, that can't be, because a lot of the things I had going on there were out of range, like majorly. And when I called him back, he was like, yeah, you can come by and get a copy of it. You'll see that everything's in range. And just knowing that I am getting healthier on the inside is so wonderful. Even if I wasn't losing weight, the inflammation is down. The just the feeling of the heaviness that I was feeling is down. So much energy. I just go. And I'm sure that's burning a lot of calories. My feet actually hurt today from shopping. I'm doing so much shopping. In the past, my inflammation would be so bad that it would stop me halfway during my shopping trip, and I would have to go home and put my feet up. A lot of times that's just inflammation. If you're hurting while you're shopping or whatever you're doing, you're hurting, that's inflammation talking to you. Your body's saying, hey. And lastly, I have mentioned this in my other videos, and I think we need to say it again. After I eat something, I really hone in on how I feel. If I'm about to doze off after I just ate something, that's raising my sugar levels and my insulin majorly. If I get done eating, and that's how I gauge it. So if I get done eating a salad, of course you're going to feel great after you eat a salad. Some people may differ though, because they would say, oh, I feel like I'm hungrier after I just ate my salad. I put a lot of good fats in there, so I'm not hungry after I eat that salad. Like salmon, extra virgin olive oil, a bunch of other things that I put in there. Cheese is a good source. Not an abundance of cheese, because cheese, the processed cheese will cause inflammation. That's just it. But I really gauge on how I feel after I eat. If I eat this, I already know I'm gonna feel like I want to go take a nap. Only because either the gluten or just the carbs in this don't agree with my body. I just know how I feel. And so that's how I've been eating. I'll go eat something and then I'll just notice an hour later, okay, how do you feel? Do you feel like going outside and walking? Or do you feel like taking a nap? That's your indicator. And that's when you say, okay, I need to drop this in the trash and not eat it. And those other things are more healthier for me. And they're going to fill me up. And I'm not going to feel frustrated because I feel like I didn't eat anything. That's my big thing. I have to feel like, okay, not necessarily get totally full, like sick full. I have to feel like that I actually ate some food, and the act of eating is what I'm talking about. If and I've only been eating maybe 1 to 2 meals within that 4-hour window. And I know that may seem insane for some people because you can stretch it out. You can stretch your window out. You could do 16. Like the day before yesterday, I only did 16-hour fast, and I used the rest of that as a window. And then I started my fast around, I think it was 5 o'clock the other night, and I didn't eat until like noon the very next day. And the funny thing is that a lot of people don't know that they actually already do this. A majority of it, you're sleeping. You don't even know you're already stopping at 6 p.m. You're waking up. That's 12 hours already. And get that app. It's, I'm recording. I can't tell you what kind. I'll link it below what app it is. And there's tons of them out there that are free. But what the app does is it tells you, like at the 12-hour, it will tell you your sugar levels are decreasing. And then at the 13, it will tell you you're in ketosis, and it will tell you when you're burning fat. It will tell you these things at what hour of which, whatever your fast is. And then it will congratulate you when you stop your fast, which is a good thing. You want to stop your fast. And this is how I stop it. When I get to the point where I am hungry, not the refrigerator thinks I'm hungry, or the clock thinks I'm hungry, or it's time to eat because it's noon, that's not how you're supposed to eat. You're supposed to eat when you're actually hungry, not just because it's 8 o'clock in the morning and you're headed to work. If you're not hungry, don't eat. Use that time for your fast. And I'm telling you, you will not regret it because it will make you feel fabulous like me. So that's my video for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you this weekend on my grocery haul. Go ahead and push that subscribe button and like and share this video, because we are on a journey, and it's all a journey. And I hope you guys have a great week. See you later. Bye-bye.